You know Jim, the security guy, don't you?
Yeah, I've seen him before. He's got a lot of money on him.
He does. And in fact, Jim, go ahead and give the money out here. What we've got in this satchel is we've got the amount of money that on average, these are 50s, bags of bundles of 50s and 100s. This is on average how much every household in the United States so far has spent toward the bailout. $18,584, and as much money as this is right here, this is only the amount that has been spent. Committed is close to $80,000. So take this amount of money and multiply it by 4, and that's how much it is costing every household, on average, for this crazy bill.
And they're talking about another stimulus bill. Joining us right now, a man all over this, and I'm sure his state could use some money, but he wants it in the right way. Governor Bobby Jindal of Louisiana. Governor Jindal, welcome back. Welcome back to the show.
Say hi to Jim, the security guy.
Yeah. Good morning. You know, there's no bag of $18,000 here in Baton Rouge. What happened to our money down here?
No, but you see, you turned some of it down. This could have been coming your way, but you said you didn't want the strings that are attached. How much is supposed to come to your state? How much are you taking?
You know, we've turning down approximately $100 million. Let me tell you why we're doing that. This is temporary federal money that would require permanent changes in state law, permanent increases in state spending. Inevitably, it would require us to raise taxes on Louisiana businesses. That makes no sense. Here's the problem. Why in the world in this economy would you want to raise taxes on your businesses? That's one of the reasons NFIB, representing small businesses, our Louisiana Business Association, have also opposed us taking this money. They've opposed us changing our state law. I'm glad you're breaking down what all this spending means per person, per household, per family, because too often I think they're spending trillions of dollars, and people have a hard time understanding what that means. A $3.6 trillion budget for next year, $410 billion appropriations bill with over 8,000 earmarks, a nearly $1 trillion stimulus package. Here's the problem. That money's not free. That's money that our children, our grandchildren are going to have to pay back. They don't get to just print that money. We have to pay that money back.
I mean, this is what the bailout is costing on average every family. You know, if the family had this money, you could send a kid to college, a state college for a year. You could you could remodel your house. You could do all sorts of stuff.
If you're John Edwards, you can get a haircut.
or two.
And here's the challenge. They're spending all this money, and yet they're not necessarily going to the root causes. For example, look at the debate about the stimulus. I just don't personally believe spending $1 billion on the census, $300 million to buy new cars for the federal government. I don't believe that $50 million for the National Endowment for the Arts. I don't think that's what's going to grow our economy. The reality is they had some real good ideas that were debated. Why not cut the capital gains tax permanently? Why not do an aggressive tax credit so people can buy homes? Why not lower permanently the lower income tax rates? Why not do the things? Why not change the mark-to-market regulations on financial institutions? The problem is not only are they spending a lot of money, the way they're spending it is not necessarily the best way to grow our economy.
I got bad news for market-to-market, and that's what Aldi, from Steve Forbes on down, is saying if you want to do one thing to make the most impact, it would be that. There's a subcommittee meeting tomorrow. Barney Frank says going in, I don't think we should be messing with accounting. So it's almost dead on arrival. That's a disaster.
Well, and here's the problem. They keep putting money into these different companies and institutions. There's no plan. There's no exit strategy. The market's looking for predictability. And part of the reason I think they keep spending this money and you're not seeing the intended impact is there's no clear plan. Nobody has explained to the American people. You haven't heard from Washington a comprehensive plan of how this money is going to help. How does it get to the root causes of our economic problems? It really represents a fundamental philosophical debate. I believe, conservatives believe, that the best way to grow the economy is to get businesses to hire again and to grow again. The best way to help American families is give them jobs so they can afford their mortgages, their health care. The government can't spend enough money to grow the economy.
Now, Governor, so you are turning down $100 million of the stimulus money, and, you know, people have said, oh, look what he's doing. But I'm sure when you were walking through Baton Rouge, somebody must come up to you and say, Bobby, why aren't we taking the money? Kansas is going to take the money. California is going to take the money. Why don't we take our piece of the pie?
Absolutely. We already have legislators that are saying they're going to file bills and resolutions trying to overturn my decision. That's only their prerogative, but I've made it crystal clear. We're going to veto any tax increase. I think it would be a mistake to take temporary federal money and create permanent state spending. This happens in Washington all the time. They'll give you some temporary federal dollars, require you to increase your spending permanently. It's like spending $1 to chase a dime. It's not good for Louisiana taxpayers. We cut taxes 6 times, and I've made it clear we're going to veto any tax increases. It's not good for Louisiana businesses. It's not good for our economy.
All right. Jim, the security guy, do you have any questions for the governor?
No, not at this time.
All right, fine, good. Governor,
Do you have change of 1,000?
Thank you. I can make that right here.
Okay, good.
Governor Bobby Jindal joining us from Baton Rouge. Sir, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. Y'all have a great morning.
All right.
Do we have to give this back to petty cash?
Yes.
Yeah, petty cash.
That's a petty cash.
Yeah, I got some
right,
expensive, Mr. Alves.
All right, very good. All right. Jim, thanks.
Those years in the mob have really paid off for you. I don't even see those. Good job.
All right.
All right, so that's the story.